The murder of a handsome man has remained unsolved for more than 75 years. No name, no identity, no clear cause of death. No one knew who he was and why he died. I studied this case deeply. Every report, every theory, every detail. And I think he was a spy. Watch till the end, and then tell me, what do you think? In December 1948, a man was found dead on a quiet beach in Australia. Early in the morning, witnesses noticed him, sitting against a seawall. His legs were stretched out, his head tilted slightly. It looked almost peaceful, as if he had simply sat down to rest. There were no signs of violence, no struggle, nothing that screamed murder. At first, police believed it was a natural death, but very quickly, they realized something was wrong, because nothing about this man made sense. He was wearing expensive clothes and polished shoes. His suit was tailored, his appearance neat, yet he carried no wallet, no identification, no personal papers. Even more disturbing, every label had been carefully removed from his clothes, not torn accidentally, cut. Someone had taken time to erase his identity. Someone didn't want this man identified. Or maybe he didn't want to be identified. When doctors examined his body, they noticed something unusual. His calf muscles were extremely well developed, far more than an average man. They resembled the legs of a trained runner, a soldier, or even a dancer. This wasn't someone who lived a sedentary life. The autopsy revealed heart failure, but doctors were not convinced. They believed the heart failure had been triggered by poisoning. Here came the twist. The problem was, no poison could be identified. Not in his stomach, not in his blood, not in any tissue. So, investigators were left with a chilling question. What kind of poison kills silently and leaves no trace? A few days into the investigation, police made a shocking discovery. While examining his trousers, they noticed unusual stitching. A secret pocket, carefully sewn inside. Inside that secret pocket was a tiny piece of paper torn from a book. And what was written on that paper stunned investigators. 2 words, written in Persian, Tamam Shud. When translated, the meaning was chilling. It is ended, not finished, not goodbye. It is ended. Further investigation revealed something even stranger. Tamam Shud is traditionally printed at the very end of a rare poetry book called the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. This didn't feel random. It felt intentional, almost like a final message. Investigators now focused on one question. Where did this paper come from? Why would an unknown man in Australia carry a torn piece of Persian poetry hidden inside his trousers? Their search led them to an abandoned car, parked in a remote location. Inside the car, they found a book, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. And just as expected, the final page had been torn out. The book gave investigators their first real leads. Inside, they found a handwritten phone number. They also found something even more mysterious. A handwritten code, 5 lines, all capital letters, 50 characters in total. No spaces, no punctuation. I've shared the code in the caption. You can try to solve it. But let me warn you, in more than 75 years, no one has ever cracked it. So what was it? A cipher? A spy code? Or a message meant for only one person who never received it? You must be wondering, whose phone number was it? Police traced it. It belonged to a nurse named Jessica Thompson. When police showed her a photograph of the dead man, her reaction was immediate. She was shocked. She nearly collapsed. She admitted she knew him, but she refused to explain how. She only said one sentence, "I knew him once." That was all. After that, she went silent, and she never spoke about him again. But the mystery didn't end there. Investigators discovered something even more disturbing. The dead man had a rare genetic ear deformity, a trait found in less than 1% of the population. And here's the shocking part. Jessica Thompson's young child had the same rare ear deformity. That alone doesn't prove anything. But coincidences like that don't happen often. This raised unsettling questions. Was he the child's father? Did Jessica know far more than she admitted? Was this love, or something far more dangerous? Did he end his life after heartbreak? Or was he silenced? And the biggest question of all, who was he really? For decades, the man had no name. For more than 75 years, he was known only as the Somerton Man, named not for who he was, but for where he was found. Then, in 2022, everything changed. Investigators exhumed the body. They used modern DNA technology, and at last, they identified him. Carl, also known as Charles Webb, an Australian, an electrical engineer, born in 1905, living in Melbourne. Finally, the Somerton Man had a name. But here's the strange part. Carl Webb was never reported missing. There are unexplained gaps in his life. No clear reason for his presence in Adelaide. No explanation for the poison. No explanation for the code. A name answered one question, but raised many more. Now, let me explain why I think he was a spy. This happened in 1948, the height of the Cold War. Australia had secret military facilities. Foreign intelligence agents were active. Spies were everywhere. The poison may have been ouabain, a rare toxin known mainly to intelligence agencies at the time. The erased identity, the coded message, the undetectable poison. To me, this doesn't look like a crime of passion, and Carl Webb doesn't look like a man who wanted to disappear. He looks like a man who knew something and paid the price for it. But that's just what I think. Now I want to know, what do you think? Was he a spy, a heartbroken lover, or something else entirely? Tell me in the comments. This is I Think. What do you think? Subscribe and follow for the next mystery.